Good morning.
Hello. Oh, I appreciate it. I was going to call ahead and tell you there was traffic.
I don't know if the board wanted a quick update as a quick time filler.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Lynn.
That's all right, Jackie.
Sorry.
Our,
Either
our,
that or we start singing Christmas
280th
carols.
Street culvert is now open to traffic. That's over off of Taylor Avenue. There's still seeding work that remains to be done on that, but at this point we're done till spring. Our own county staff has completed work on 200th Street, and that would be west of Ida Avenue. That's now gravelled. Again, there's still some cleanup work that needs to be done there as well. We did go in and do some grading and then gravel that stretch of 200th Street. It's getting people around some of the posted bridges. There's some farm operations that have really been cut in half, and we had some favorable weather to get that project done this year. Work is still continuing on our culvert on Lenox Avenue. This would be North Highway 20, about 2 miles, southwest of Pearson. The culvert was installed, but we still have some dirt work to do to get things up to grade and get that road reopened to traffic. We had a letting meeting with DOT last week. This is on our 260th Street project from the interchange to Port Neal Road. Everything has now been submitted to the Office of Contracts. Our last plan coordination notes have been taken care of. We should have that timetable pretty well firmed up now for the letting in February letting at DOT to replace that pavement down there.
Good.
Our holdups right now with work down at CF is that we're waiting for CF to finalize their purchase of the strip where the new road's going to go with Mid-American. And then we're working with Mid-American to get an easement on the corner of the road immediately south of the old tannery property.
Is that strip of road private road, property, or who are they trying to purchase it from?
We're looking to get an easement from Mid-American.
Oh.
Right in that curve. And from there
Right.
on south, that's Mid-American's road.
It is, okay.
It's not part of the public route, so. It is used by the public, but it is basically a private road.
Private road, and it is Mid-America's property?
It is Mid-American's property that the balance of that road sits on. We come back about to where the CF road takes off.
Oh, okay.
And heads to the west, where the new CF
Yeah.
road will take off. So the county had the easement from Port Neal Road to just southwest of the tannery property.
Okay.
Just a little bit south of where their second driveway is that serve the tannery. Now, we need to get another chunk of that because of the radius we've got coming in on the new road that'll serve the CF Industries plant when it's done.
Now, who owns, there's a railroad spur going to run parallel to that road, isn't there?
Yes,
Who owns that property?
that will be owned by CF.
Okay, who owns it now? Is it privately owned or do?
Part of it, well, I think CF has acquired the easement already and the paperwork's done on that from Eisenhower. So
Oh, from
back to the Eisenhower property, that belongs to CF. Although at the point where it crosses over onto that Mid-American property, they are still negotiating the easement. And so Mid-American owns a portion, and a portion of that easement has been acquired. The Eisenhower building, it was just down to one wall when I was down there last Wednesday.
Is it being torn down?
Yes.
Okay. By whom? By CF?
They've hired a contractor to do that work, yes. And then the asbestos portion is going to the hazardous waste cell at the Jackson landfill.
Okay.
Progress on that tear down, it should be done by now, but I haven't had a chance to be down there.
Are they purchasing all of that piece that building was sitting on?
The portion that the building was sitting on, they have acquired by easement, yes. And then Eisenhower is building a new building to the northwest of the old building.
Oh, they are.
That he will use for his purposes on that property.
Okay.
And that was part of the settlement with CF, was the cost of that new building. From what Dennis got from CF yesterday, our haul roads are now taking 500 trucks per day. So we are getting some unexpected service out of a gravel road at this point in time. It is performing pretty well. We did put down additional dust control yesterday. We had done in front of all the residences last Wednesday before we went home for the Thanksgiving holiday. So we wanted to make sure that the residents were at least protected. That's all we had time for last week. Time and chloride for anyway, so.
Well, we
this week
anticipated a
finished
lot
it
of
up.
traffic, didn't we, down there, but did we anticipate it that rapidly?
You know, we were told to anticipate, you know, a couple hundred employees a day and then 150 to 180 trucks, and we're almost triple that now. So our staff's done a good job of keeping that road up and running with some minor complaints, but it's still doing a very good job. I know there was some discussion of whether or not it should be paved a couple of weeks ago, but we've spent, at this point, we're probably in the neighborhood of $125,000 on that road,
And expenses?
compared to $2.5 million to pave it.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
for a 2-year haul road purpose, it's not going to be cheap to maintain, but on the other hand, it's a good deal cheaper
Cheaper
than.
than paving it?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Exactly. If CF were using that road permanently, it would be a different issue.
Yeah.
But for looking at it as a haul road, and then with building the road to the south, it will actually service the plant. That's where.
Now, the extent, I mean, from the point that we're at right now, how long will they be using that road as a haul road for the construction of that?
Till the third quarter of 2015.
That's a long time.
Yes, it is. You know, we're gonna see some transition away from the rock trucks in the beginning of 2014, somewhere in that first quarter. But then it turns to ready-mix trucks. And then that's when the use of 235th will be the most heavy, because we'll see primarily the stuff coming out of that ready-mix plant that's set near the interstate rest area.
Wow.
Ready for the snow?
Always ready for snow. So, the guys are itching and ready to go. All of our motor graders are up and running. Our new one, as you know, was delivered a couple of months ago. Our new truck was delivered about 3 weeks ago. So we transferred the other truck to conservation department. They bought our used tandem truck that we traded in. So we'll take it when it gets here. We have no choice but to do so.
Maybe tonight.
I appreciate you being a filler.
Happy to help out. And I didn't get a chance to write up a construction report with a short week, so I figured I'll let you know where we were at. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to remove items 5 and 7 from the agenda. Got a little conflict there. We'll reschedule at a later date. Jackson Recovery. Mr. Moore? Singer. Kermit, I don't want him.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Ian Moore, Kermit Dolan.
Morning, Kermit.
We appreciate the support of the board in issuing the bonds for our exciting project that we're undertaking. And if you've been out by there, you've seen some footings that have been
A lot of work.
poured in, a lot of work's been done, a lot of garbage hauled away.
That's right.
More than that we would have liked to have had, but nevertheless, it's getting cleaned up, and we're moving forward. We're really excited about the project. We're here to answer any questions you might have concerning.
What's your completion date?
Right now, it's March 1st. It was November 1st, but of 15, March 1 of 15.
Of 15, wow.
We're about 2 months behind because of some of the issues that we've run into, but that's kind of normal.
It is.
Let's, it's 10:15. Let's open the public hearing of issue issuance of not to exceed $7 million aggregate principal amount of healthcare facilities revenue bonds. Is there anyone to be heard?
Seeing none, I'd move that the hearing be closed.
Second.
Call the roll.
Tripp,
Aye.
Boykin,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Boston,
Aye.
Watson.
Now need approval of a resolution authorizing and providing for the issuance of not to exceed $7 million aggregate principal amount of healthcare facilities revenue bonds of Woodbury County, Iowa, for the purpose of lending the proceeds thereof to Jackson Recovery Center, the borrower. The execution and delivery of a financing agreement among the county, the borrower, and U.S. Bank National Association providing for the repayment of the loan of the proceeds of said bond and the securing of said repayment obligation, the sale of said bond, and the execution of other documents related thereto.
Move it.
Mouthful.
It sure is. I'll second it.
Discussion? Call the roll.
Tripp,
Aye.
Boykin,
Aye.
Smith,
Aye.
Boston,
Aye.
Watson.
Aye.
Thank you again.
I heard a rumor that you already have rooms booked.
Yes. Yeah, I'm taking orders as we speak. Thank you very much for
You
your
don't have
support.
to
We
help fill
very
it.
much appreciate it on behalf of our board, our staff. More importantly, the patients in the community.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, we've got quite a time opening here. Rick, you have anything you want to say while you're here, or are you just visiting?
I can give you an update, I guess. We've got a couple projects still going on, trying to finish up on the boat ramps on the Little Sioux River. Can you come up here, please?
We've got all the documents, Gary.
That better?
Jackson Recovery.
We're trying to get finished up on the two boat ramp projects on the Little Sioux River. Concrete's been poured and they're finishing up with the riprap protection at each one of those. They'll probably finish that this week. They will not be able to complete the compaction and graveling of the access lanes and parking turnaround areas or the seating until we'll finish that up in the spring. But the areas will be protected with any spring high water flows or anything like that. So we're pleased with progress on that. The road realignment at Southwood is all finished, and that area that was graded is all seeded down. Turned out really nice. And we've got a contractor working at Browns Lake and Snyder Bend campgrounds. We're extending water to every electric site in those two campgrounds, so nearly all of our electric campgrounds will have water and electric hookups. We had a real good season, revenue-wise, one of our better years. And I guess beyond that, I do have a board member, of course, one term expires every December. Cindy Bennett was filling the last year and a half of Frank Gray's term. So I think she's interested in being reappointed. She'll probably get a request in. Hope you can act on that before the end of the year. Our January meeting is January 2nd. So if that works out, we'd appreciate it. Any questions of me, where we're at?
Cabin's full?
Okay. Yeah, we did some experimenting late this fall. We had more openings toward October with Snyder Bend cabins. So we had some interest from fellows that were working at the Mid-America business down there. And they stayed on. We had them full pretty much through November, and they're all done now. So we allowed them to stay an extra month. We had them full through September and October, so it was kind of nice to be at full capacity. Turned out real good. We won't always do that, but we didn't have any local reservations, so it made sense to keep them filled with somebody like that. Worked out well. Those guys were working 24/7, it seemed like, and they had no time to cause any problems. They were great renters. It worked out really well.
Well, you've got newfound revenue, so.
Well, for 1 year. Yeah.
1 year anyway, yeah.
Thanks, Rick. With the two cancellations, we've got plenty of open time. You want to recess until We go into closed session?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's recess until 10:40.
Last 3 weeks, where I skipped from one I knew. Killing me, guys. Killing me. Okay.
We're just sitting here treading water, so.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Because Item 5 was the, I'll find another story at Starbucks.
Our building, you get to resolve it, you can't get much better than your finding the facilities that aren't emergency management. When you look at what we did in a very short period of 2011, that property in and out of the city, was nothing short of very good.
What's going on?
Yeah, he had a lot of, what happened?
I think he's back there. Serious? Well, why would you? Okay. Must be some sort of. Started talking to somebody.
Yeah. On the
Probably
17th,
Butler.
we're gonna have the drainage engineers in on board the sloop project. We want to talk to the board before we go out to the public.
Oh.
And then I'm trying
Something that's
to,
probably gonna get done, don't it?
well, I just dealt with a complaint that was filed with the DNR about the project the other day. So,
Really?
Rick Patterson is trying to throw out roadblocks, and basically the DNR staff told him, you know, that's not under 455B, it's under drainage law, and the, you know, the state code does allow farmers to drain their land, so there's not a lot to be done about it.
Farmers. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't see there.
But with the holidays, we just couldn't shoehorn in an earlier meeting of the org. I mean, folks are just too busy right now.
Right. Sure. I don't care.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So should I send them an email and say that we consider this?
We considered it final a week ago when we sent it to them.
Mm,
They didn't have a decision there. I know I was the last straw with that, but I can't keep holding promise. You had a chance. This is what we offered.
Yeah,
You didn't want to take it. And our attorney said the same thing, so.
and I don't think we have any problem based on what we saw last summer mitigating any drawdown effects caused by our well, because the thing I can't figure out is why they had water in that second puddle also.
And it wasn't really a puddle, it looked like an actual pond.
Yeah.
And they say, that-
I guess the next issue is gonna be, do we start going after them on fence? There's electric fence on the edge of the road, my maintenance staff brought that to my attention, I was down there shooting on Friday and saw, yeah, they were right on the edge of the road. I mean, there's one way to fix that fence.
yeah, knock it over.
That's with the snow wing.
Yeah, but, yeah, they probably need to be told. I
Okay.
checked with Larry, but yes, they probably need to be told to get their
Well, he mentioned,
fence back where it belongs.
and he did mention that a couple of weeks ago, so.
And I don't think we'd have a problem. Our attorney would agree. Their electric fence is right on the gravel road.
318.8 of the code prohibits any fence within the right of way of the or county road or state. The board is charged with requiring those to be removed. We have about 4 others that we found, so it'll be a whole series of letters. They have to be apprised by certified letter. If it's not an immediate dangerous hazard, they have 30